Well, hey there, everybody. My name is Cameron Bowes, and I'm a native here in Rossville, Georgia. And today, I'm about to be teaching you about some erosion. Come on down here and follow me. Welcome to our beautiful classroom. All right. First things first, you need to know about the different effects that affect erosion. So we're down here in this little creek bed. It's fed from a lake way there upstream. All right. Now, the stream load is all of the sediments and materials that are getting carried down this stream, okay? Now, when this creek slash stream is getting too full of sediments and materials, it's called a stream capacity, all right? Now, stream capacity is obviously when it's reached its limit, okay? Now, we're going to talk about saltation too, because saltation is when you got them little grains and sands, such as these things right here, and they're flowing down the bottom of the stream bed, okay? And they're bouncing around, and they're going all the way down stream. All right. Now, there are chemical solubles in this water, and what they're going to do is when they react with the water and get through their jungle, they are going to be floating on top of this water bed. So they're going to dissolve in the water, and they're going to be drifting downstream just like this, okay? They're going to drift downstream, and they're going to keep going and going and going, all right, until the stream ends and it goes through another body of water. Now, your chemical solubles are going to do that, but the material, the sediments, and the minerals are still going to be moving. Now, rolling rocks and sliding rocks are part of erosion, okay? None of these rocks got here from people just throwing them there. At one point or another, they were all built up, and this place was a lot smaller. Now, during Hurricane Katrina, we saw an aftermath, all right? Now, this aftermath brought in floods, and I want to tell you how high they are, so I got down in the water for you, that right now I'd be drowning by about a foot, okay? So the water was about this high, and it was rushing rapids, all right? Now, that rushing rapid would be called turbulent flow. Turbulent flow is when the water's rough. It's kicking down there, it is moving sediments, and all these rocks and cobbles and all these minerals are flying downstream, and they're cooking it. They're booking like a racehorse, okay? So, what happened in this turbulent flow is erosion. So all the dirt and all the rocks were getting knocked out from either side of this creek bed, and then it was moving downstream. Everything was getting tossed downstream, okay? Now, we also have something a lot more calm called luminar flow. Luminar flow is when you have parallel water running downstream, right? It's going, and it's real smooth and soft. And so right down in here is a perfect example of luminar flow. The water's still moving underneath, all the minerals are still bouncing around and they're going under, but the water on top is a lot more soft and smooth and calm. It's flowing around, it's making its way, okay? Now that is luminar flow. And we're going to be seeing a lot of that today because we don't have any Hurricane Katrina type conditions going on, thankfully, because I'm standing in the middle of this daggone thing. All right, now, what happens when minerals and sediments get knocked around in this body of water is called abrasion. So abrasion is when you have certain minerals and sediments and they bang up against other minerals and sediments and they chip away, knock away, and create sand and all kinds of other things flowing. Now that chipping away is called the abrasion. It's the knocking of minerals, okay? Now, right down up in here is a great example of abrasion. As you can see, at one point there were tons of rocks and minerals all up in this area, but as the water was coming by and all these bigger rocks and other things were knocking through it, all of it got chipped away and sliced away. And so you can see these tree roots stood intact because they've been so daggum long and they're in the ground way further, but all this dirt and all the rocks and all the cobbles around it have been shot downriver and they've been flowing. A lot of it is also poured down. And that is called a sliding wall. So this sliding wall of mud and dirt can be displayed right here. And this is what made a little beach of cobble. All right? Now all of this dirt used to be back up in here. It used to be a nice smooth mud wall, dirt wall, rock wall. It was real nice to put together. Now when the waters came and the rapids started kicking up, that turbulent flow was going downstream, all of this was affected. It got brought down, it fell down, and it created this beach and it flooded in. Now, as the creek kept moving and the stream kept going, it kept its path and it banked down here. And down here, we're going to see some great examples of turbulent flow. Now, my buddy, he gave me a map, all right? Now, this map is going to tell us exactly where to find some great rapids of turbulent flow and luminar flow, all right? So it says that down here, about 30 paces on the right and the left, we're going to see a beach. And it's going to be down there, all right? So we're going to go ahead and start looking that way and following our map, all right? Still I'm going, about 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh my heavens. This map is daggum right, ladies and gentlemen. Right in here. You see these little rapids and this moving water? That might not look much, but based on how this creek's been looking so far, this could be a great example of turbulent flow, all right? Now, as you see the stream, it gets a little steeper, and it's banking off pine straw and mud and dirts and rocks and sticks that have been stuck in the creek bed, all right? Now, if you would take your attention to this leaf right here, all right? We're gonna set it right here, and we're gonna watch it flow, all right? Now look at it flow. Right as the current kicks up, you see the sediments, you see that leaf moving down, boom. And then it gets stuck right there in that little clump of grass right there, or that trash, the leaves, the pine straw, and the dirt, all right? Now, if you were to come down here, even closer, in fact, I'm gonna snatch this camera real quick. I'm gonna show you a prime example of the sand and minerals that get down in here. Now you can see the dirt and the sand moving around, and all the minerals flowing, and they're going all the way downstream. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that this all in here as well are prime examples of erosion, all right? Now, that is what I wanted you to see right now. Later, I'm going to show you some even better and cooler aspects of erosion. So, as of class session right now, I'm signing out as Cameron Robert Bowes, a native of Roswell, Georgia, and I wanted to thank you for looking at my classroom.
I was blown away, what could I say? It all seemed to make sense.